Welcome in, folks. Of course, Dust2 getting kicked off. Here we go, 1 win. Looking to move forwards towards the playoffs with a clean 2-0. Wisła going to have to battle back after a pretty difficult end to their own map pick of Nuke. Haven't we heard that one before? So let's see, 1 win starting on the T end of things. Moving out long, there's not a lot of resistance, in fact.
One smoke's going down. Here comes the second. I think Jedka did actually block that first smoke, so there might even be a little gap. Nobody's really thinking about exploiting it, and actually that smoke probably helps the T-side cross. Jedka, though, playing behind it. Now falls into the smoke, and he's getting spammed from all angles. Just about gets out alive. And the bomb is being crossed. Glowing still essentially on the lurk all the way out towards T-spawn at the moment as the bomb gets planted. So 4 and 4, and I think we really need to watch Glowing. How does he come into play in this afterplan?
And quickly, one would hope. They're maybe trying to catch him around middle, but he needs to move fast. They're all coming through from short pretty much, so really going to be difficult for the site holders. He will be behind them. How long can his teammates stay alive, however? 1 for 1 so far on the retake. Flamey with more around the corner. In comes Glowing, and the pressure now on for Jedka. He can't stop, and they will indeed capitalize on that. 1 win. It nearly didn't work out timing-wise, but because it does, it looks pretty smart, and they'll get the pistol.
Yeah, I think Wisła recognized that one player was so far out of position, so they just accelerated, saying that we knew we could force some good fights, and honestly, Glowing made no difference to that round. Coming in at the end there, his teammates had already bailed him out, and Deco gaps Sparrow trying to cross mid at the start. Nade stack takes down Travis, so a few trades apiece. And now looking at Goofy to see if he can do more work for Ruben, and indeed he can't. So, big advantage. 4 alive for 1 win and 4 smokes as well to cross long. This is going to take some phenomenal scout work to bring this back.
Yeah, we'll see. This would be quite something. Although if there's any angle on this map, it's definitely got to be this one. I mean, 2 quick tags do indeed land. They'll get one between the 2 of them, but not going to find it. Fair enough. 1 win. Not super clean, but pretty nice. And now they should have an easy 3rd.
Clean enough. As long as they keep 4 or 5 alive here, there will be no complaints. And I guess we're set for a more default-centric sort of round. Players towards B. They're actually going to rush it. Nade up close. Sobel, how on earth does Sobel find a kill there? Honestly. Finds one, and suddenly we're actually in a 3-on-3, and Flamey needs to think about backing away a little bit here as both stars decided to keep his foot firmly on the accelerator pedal.
There you go. I mean, you know, we like to see kills in a round like that, at least from the defensive side. Of course, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Wisła, a bit of extra kill bonus, I suppose, moving into this round. No kit picked up. Certainly something to maybe keep your eye on moving forward. Sobel will take a tag despite the old classic nade dust coming up. We used to see all the time back in the day. Now just a few times, I think, depending on what the plan is, of course, for the CT side. Either way, down in towards lower. Perhaps a split towards short. Not quite sure yet.
Jedka flashed off the angle in mid. He's got a lot of players in the vicinity. Bomb is still out of tunnels, so 1 win aren't looking to actually B-split this. They're just looking for frags in mid. So taking some short controls, so pressure. And Sparrow walking into the angle finds the frag, and how important that duel could be. If he dies there suddenly, solo on B, and 1 win would have known it. So an important frag, and hopefully Wisła can stabilize behind this.
Hopefully being the operative word. Keep your eyes on this little move in towards tunnel. Travis indeed will move towards B eventually. They're actually going to, you know, double pump the mid B, really, with pretty simple contact flash. Now, Snatchy's left open. He gets himself another. Maybe not the move. They did have a smoke for it, I'd like to point out. They opted instead to just, you know, try and go for an obvious flash and hope for the best. So Not the smartest move, but you never know. If it works out, it's one of them, isn't it? That it looks really good. However, it's not worked out here.
Goofy also on the flank, so these players are not going to be saving. I hope for their sake they at least die before the timer runs out. Missing a few shots here. Deco does actually find the frag, so these guns are going to be kept alive. There's plenty of money in the bank, so no need to panic. But yeah, fortunately for them, after losing that opening pick, there wasn't a great deal of options. Tried to force it out of mid, and as you're saying, might or might not have been a great call, but certainly wasn't a great result. And Wisła gets us on the board. Needs to keep it going, though. Still some money in the bank for the T side, and yeah, at least it's nice to see Snatchy looking good again after what was a really brilliant nuke for him. We had to give him credit. Didn't work out for the team, but Snatchy was on point.
Very true indeed. He always looks pretty good on nuke, I think. He's always been comfortable there. Time over in Sprout, it was one of their better maps, if not their best. It's a while ago now, but he's definitely up there, and he always looked good. So I think he's a fan favorite of the nuke. And Dust2, weapon-wise, role-wise, should be pretty good for him, right? That's what we always like to say about Dust. So hopefully he can keep it up. Great utility here coming through. Absolutely brilliant, actually. Smoking off, and then, you know, if you opt to push round quickly, there's a molly in the way. Really, really nice stuff from Wisła.
I think the molly probably missed, to be honest. But yeah, did look like a nice idea, I guess. Smoking towards CT, that might force a few rotates, but again, look at the bomb here, Scriv. It's in T spawn. There's no opportunity to even collapse behind any entries. And I really hope leaving that bomb doesn't actually cost them later on.
Well, time will tell. Travis is making his way back towards it, but yeah, there's kind of a timer, especially these mid players who are slowly but surely edging forwards. Bomb's in a decent enough position now, you'd assume. What is the game plan? Noise on short. Rail smoke there. Contact of Deco's AWP. Mid to B smoke coming in. Molly behind it as well, but it's too heavily posted up on the B site itself. Flamey, where did he even shoot me from? Says Spiro. Snowball boosted up. Great flash coming in, and now he's somewhat trapped. He has to take a fight. He has to win this one, but Bostar knows that and just keeps spraying into him. And that, to be honest, should be that. 4-on-3, hardest bomb site to retake in the entire world, universe, and of course Counter-Strike. So they'll just opt to save.
A streak of mind-blowing entry frags and one win continues as well. That kill from Flamey was truly amazing. I think the Wisła player was even jiggling doors. Like that is not an easy shot to hit. And the moment that first player dies, as we saw, what could Sobel even do? Crunched from two directions, maybe even three if you count windows and doors as differently. No chance. And he did the only thing he could, was just try and fight towards tunnels, but it didn't work out. So, one win. They get up to 4. There are a few saves from Wisła, so they can buy in the next, but for my money, and especially given the way Nuke went on their CT side, this is already looking scary. They need to sort out these defenses.
All right, one win. Back to winning ways, cracking things with the rifles pretty early, so yeah. One win, it's pretty easy for them, I think, to ride from ahead. Wisła gets back into it. That's another thing. Oh, the flash was nearly perfect. Glowing just spotted him beforehand. Follows the trees. Well, there aren't any. He just... Spidey sensors. That's why he's at the top end of the game, isn't it? Top 50 team in the world right now. One win, and Glowing kind of providing proof as to why. Again, very quick, very aggressive, and very successful.
Not a lot to say. All the AD defenders dead within 5 seconds. Again, the bomb was left a long way back, so that'll keep tilting me along the way, but can't deny one win, and their entry kills right now is it's only Sobel left. They invested almost everything into this round, and I don't think Sobel's going to be saving this one either. Flash comes over. He does dodge it. Play coming from tunnels. There's 3 coming through the doors, and they know exactly where he's playing from as Deco finds the final frag. 5 rounds for 1 win. Sparrow's misbought a hero AWP. That's got to be a miss by Scriv. This is not looking good.
Yeah, whoops. Maybe a misbuy, or maybe just to go for it, to be fair. He had a nice enough spawn for long. But the jump comes over from Deco. AWP v AWP, of course. This man knows.
And he's already shown it, so...
That's very true.
There's none of that element either anymore.
Yeah. So now it maybe becomes a bit of a mission of like, okay, let's not get the AWP too thick into the action, because I probably want to save this. Because now my economy's way out of whack on the CT side, where it's very hard to have a dodgy economy. Snatchy going to get taken down. I think spotted on the bottom end of that smoke. Spiro with a nice readjustment towards short, to be fair. Flash ineffective. And he does find a kill and get the hell out of dodge. Loads of tags landing here, Alan. One win.
Weapons doing work.
Panicking a bit.
Yeah, they're a bit lost, I think. They saw Sparrow long at the start. They wanted some short control. Sparrow nicely repositioned, and they've had to really reset here and think, what's the best way to play against this? And they said, let's just get these long smokes down. Let's get onto the bomb site. And surely from there it can be easy, but Sparrow, the buy, trust me, was extremely questionable, but he's making it work.
Wow. Deco, a mission of survival now then. And it's not going to happen. They're lock out. Yeah, and Sobol more than ready for that. So they might even nick away 2. He's going to do so. Shapiro looking pretty comfortable on it. And Snatchy, of course, wants an AWP. So, yeah, Panic Station's a little bit. 1 win, dropping the ball ever so slightly in that round. And like you say, it's questionable. But at the same time, when you're at a super high level of the game, you know all the rules, you can break them effectively. And I think that's what Shapiro's kind of done there with the AWP buy.
I bet my house it was a misbuy. So, whatever. Let's move on. Double AWP in play for Wisła, and if for nothing else, we hope that round spurs them forward a little bit of momentum, warms them up, excites the comms, because this has, you know, don't be fooled, it's still been a really tough CT half so far, especially in these gun rounds. So I still need to see a little bit more from Wisła, and 1 win. Their defaults so far have been pretty flawless, and that's what they've gone back to.
Jedka, though, a scary angle. However, they've been going for a lot of mid to Bs, and it can be very effective to get a quick peek out while they're still sort of quick switching back from close smokes, etc. It's actually going to be Sobol on the other side of that crossfire that gets the kill. Shapiro with the AWP, finding 1. Surely not a chance, right? You just play around this angle so effectively, and he does indeed. Flawless round. And it looks it as well, not just the kills-wise, but really, really well put together.
Why did we ever question Sparrow on the AWP? Looking amazing. Good work from him. And the money's in the bin. We're going to have to get this one. So Wisła, after a rocky start, seems to be back in this first half. And I think already we've got to bring up a kind of a storyline of 1 win. Struggling against the AWPs, and also they've really tried to work mid a lot here and had not a great deal of success in terms of those duels actually in mid. So maybe they need to change up their approach a bit, maybe think more about catwalk, more about A fakes, these sort of things. And yeah, I'm sure that's on their minds. Now they're on the eco, and they're probably already thinking about the next gun round.
Quickly up short, though. They might just have slipped the net on this one, to be fair. Ahead of the Molotov. Snatchy is more than ready. Jedka going to get traded. Snatchy, though, all good, of course. The AWP not really flashed off in time. Glowing finds 1, and Snatchy got to be careful. Making a move towards pit. And onto the stairs, actually. So Glowing not expecting that at all, but space has been created for the big man. Oh, and he's trying to get the bomb down. He will, just about, before they're able to get around him and take him down. So they can be kind of happy. Bit of damage and a bomb plant. It's a satisfying round. in and of itself. They just have to turn it into something now because Wisła hot on their heels with number 4.
Solid defense in the end, and storyline continues with these AWPs really coming to fruition on the CT side, and I guess now we're back on a full investment, especially with the bomb plant. I need to see better utility from OneWin. I need to see them pushing these AWPs back and really making this CT side move. But given the posturing, I think they're going fast along here. It's a great spawn for Glowing.
Well, we'll see. He's going for it. Molly's out. Flashes over the top. Difficult to deal with. Travis going to be tagged early on. Trying to catch where that was from. I guess nades? Maybe did he go through the molly? Perhaps.
I think he went through the molly. Yeah.
Either way, not a fantastic start. And this kill here goes the way of Deco. That turns the tide somewhat and leaves the A site very vulnerable indeed.
Huge frag. Huge frag. Much needed. Now they're trying to work their way up close. Goofy's dropping nades. Smokes his left-hand side. He can play around this. It's a bit of a one-way as well. You can see the feet first. Trying to kill on the spam. And this offense, look how much has been stalled out. Only one player's anywhere near the site. I guess the good news is the bomb isn't committed, so they can double back. But now we're really looking at Fostar and saying, you've got to take this space on B immediately. We need some map control.
He's clearing. They're starting to think, though, Sobol is slowly working his way back over. Now what's the play? He's giving the game away a little bit with the nades and whatnot, but I think he's trying to sell a fake. Or is he? They really... It's working. Glowing's moving back with the bomb, but like... If he'd have stuck to A, it would be a free plant right now. That's kind of unfortunate. They didn't realize how well it would go for them, and you don't even have the time to go back now, actually. So, yeah, that's really unlucky. That's really, really unlucky, because Wisła bought that fake with all of their might, and then turns out it's not a fake. So, one side getting very lucky, and one side getting very unlucky. Deco will save this up, but... Wisła even things up.
Yeah, I think communication, though, from OneWin needs to be better. Someone needs to be telling Fostar to not make any noise.
Yeah.
Because he's walked into the bomb site. He's seen nobody. They know they're loaded up on A, so... Why give away the game when... The T side has a much longer rotation from long than CT's. So you have potentially given up the info, allowed them to rotate before you can yourselves, so... A bit of a blunder. And honestly, it's on the dead players there to tell him what to do. They're the ones that can see the whole map. So a bit of a mistake, but it's costly in a round where even 3-on-4, if they get back onto that B bomb site, we know those after plants are so short. New mistakes creeping into the game from OneWin. It's allowed Wisła to really even up the CT side.
All right, we're 1 for 1 early on in this round, though. Maybe something can happen. It's Fostar, mate. The AWP prodigy, apparently. Maybe a B hit to finish off. Taking some short control, really nice idea. There is a Travis just around the corner, or just below the corner, I should say. Spiro spotting him out in towards B. Tags landing, but no control of sides being taken. They're trying to move down lower to capitalize, you know. Again, looking somewhat panicked from OneWin and not really sure where to go, how to react. The 4-on-2, therefore, has very little momentum behind it for the T side. Just this AWP is the only thing that they really have going for them. Fostar with 1. And now just give him the respect. Don't overface. Need a bit of help here in the corner, does Sobol. He will get taken down, as he does indeed overface, and it's getting a bit weird. 20 seconds. Flank is in. Goofy's like, yo, I got him, he can't go A. There's no way. And he has no idea that Goofy is indeed behind him. 10 seconds. Gonna try and make a move towards B, gets tagged up. Here's the player behind, but can't hit the shot. And there you are, Wisła will take the lead.
Yes, indeed. Only an eco, though, so we're going to see... We're going to see Wisła, OneWin even back on the bye. But yeah, Wisła really turning this half around. I believe it was 5-1 a little bit earlier on. So, streaky game. Thus far, and this double AWP setup has been a great adaptation. A lot of the half, and As Snatchy chimes in there, we can see exactly why it's been so potent.
Yeah, he's really looking good. The consistency has stepped up big style. Goofy up on the blue bin. Good for one. However, the boys, or the boy, I should say, in Jedka is ready for him. Flamey again, though. Some of these shots are kind of crazy. They're just not quite coming in at the right time here, these past few rounds. 3-on-2. Into the double orbs. Maybe if they can get the bomb down, and the B-bomb site is somewhat open, then it will be tough for the 2 orbs to break back in. They might find themselves in a 1-on-3, looking at this angle from Spiro. And that will be the case. So, Glowing, let's see what you got.
Has got a freebie bomb site. That's the good news. Shifting his way in for the moment, but he'll know it soon. Looks like Sobel might be spotting the cross, but the Glowing will be thankful there's no AWP posted on this one, so should make it across. He's actually going to kind of seek out the frag instead. They're dropping the molly onto the position. Actually, Sobel is going to find the kill. It's another weapon round where OneWin's given up the entry and has fallen flat. And after such a strong start to this first half, Wisła have completely come alive. This is a totally different defense compared to what we saw in Nuke, and this is much more what we expected coming into the series.
Bit more energy to them, a little more proactivity. So it is good to see. However, there's still time left, of course, in this first half. Short pause taken. And OneWin probably want a few more out of their T side. Where are you feeling sidedness? I just feel like the whole game at the moment is pretty CT sided. But Dust2, there's a bit more room on the T side now.
9-6 CT. Maybe if you're a truly brilliant team, probably skews to maybe an 8-7 CT. But yeah, T side's really difficult because the CTs can just play so many different ways and still be in good spots. You couldn't have played like this 2-1-2 in the past and had such a solid defense. It's just brilliant.
Makes that B-bomb side real challenging. Don't know what's happened to that Molotov there. Landed a little bit short. I think it hit a crack on the wall. Nice find from Goofy as he goes exploring towards short. Big nade incoming. If they'd have followed up on that, it would have been massive. However, they do hit the brakes somewhat. Flash is coming through, gap in the edge of that smoke maybe that they're trying to work with. Goofy gets one over the top. It's not really all that effective, to be fair. Snatchy missing shots. They're yet to take him down, but they close the gap towards the site. Should be able to get the bomb down here. Now it becomes a bit tougher. Snatchy catches the back end of Flamey, however. Boost over the smoke should result in a kill. Glowing doesn't really have any idea that this is coming, but the gap not really there. He walks back into it, however. It'll be Faux Star to do it all. He's not recovered a weapon. Just sat on the deagle, trying to find the right angle, and they were just buying time for Snatchy to creep in. Brilliantly done there, in fairness. Giving him full respect. And there you are. It will be an 8th. They win the half.
I'll tell you what, that looked comfortable from Wisła. But they made a huge mistake giving up long and not playing more players into short. When they came in for that retake, they ignored long. They pretended nobody was there because they didn't have a choice. And if one player on OneWin lurks out long, they win that round. So it looks clean in the end from Wisła, but I can assure you there was a big gap there and they're lucky not to have gotten exploited.
So what's the move here from OneWin? How do they respond? They'd love another one. Another 2 for sure. And you can see their confidence is knocked. Where it was once very quick, very in your face, Wisła have knocked that out of them for sure. And it's a very... pretty... well, not very, but pretty far back kind of default. We've got attention in lower here and now up towards short, but really slow.
7 in a row for Wisła. And OneWin, as you're mentioning, it's when it gets to these points in the round where they've fallen a little bit flat, they've decided this time Let's lay down a lurk smoke. See what comes in reply from that CT side. No nades to the side. We're going to get in behind it. Molly's onto Snatchy. He's in a really awkward position, and that flash has caught him pretty badly. Travis finds the first entry, and Snatchy's missed shot, unfortunately, is going to doom this A defense. Bomb is getting planted, and now they've got to retake from a deficit.
Soball's pretty early here as well. Look how many bodies around that corner. Yeah, I don't know. He was trying to work off of Jedka, but it's an awkward one, right? When they peek out to look at Jedka, who's trying to draw attention towards Long, they're also going to see him. So if he's not in position, really banking on the timing being pretty perfect. Spiro doesn't land the play. Jedka traded instantly and glowing with the keen couple headshots to finish out the round. So 6 is indeed hit. There is money available, even for the double AWPs again for Wisła, so buy and all that is really not anything to think about. On win, just hoping to string a couple together at the tail end of the half.
Okie dokie. Here we go then. Last round, and feels much needed, doesn't it? Default spread for the moment from 1 win. Taking some lower control. Wisła dumping a lot of nades to hold on to Long. So at least that's a bit of information for the T side that started with plenty in that vicinity, but they're not really making use of it. Super slow, and you can see the Snatchy here has been allowed to reposition. So 1 win taking their time, and I hope for their sake they don't get punished.
Looking for the all mid play, though. They ran this quite a bit, and they really did struggle with it. Now, there's far less emphasis on the B side, and at the moment, it looks to just be kind of an info bait, a utility bait, maybe. Just 1 smoke going down and no real commit of bodies as yet. B smoke going down to continue selling it, but it doesn't look like they're going to end up with this play. Just trying to weaken up the A side of things, I suppose. The Long player shows his presence. And here we go. It's burst out short. Snatchy with the miss. Takes a fair bit of damage. Can't afford another one of those. Great flash comes over. Forces him even further back. And they will break into the site once again. Travis just keeping attention. Not selling. Not giving it away. Not going too wide. But it's something they have to constantly think about. The presence at Long. Is he there? Isn't he? Not quite sure. Jedka, first face, will win his fight. A lot of low HP bars, though, isn't there? However, they are winning the gunfights here. Travis goes down in towards Long, so no longer do they need to worry about that. It's just going to be the players in on the site, glowing. Oh, it's a team flash that actually comes in. He will find a couple. Deco on the AWP as well, looking good. And Snatchy was long-range Overwatch. He can't get close to the situation. Round's going to be over. There's no time to defuse the bomb, and 1 win will bring it back up to 7, Alan.
Yes, indeed. Kind of a mixed bag half overall. We started strong, but in the middle portions, it wasn't looking so great. But can they turn it around in the second and close this series out? Well, we're going to have to wait a few minutes to find out.
back. Half number 2 of course of Dust2 here. Ends pretty close, doesn't it? 1 win. They drag it back after a decent enough start. Wisła, though, 8 rounds. Will it be enough to work with? That, of course, the big question of the day. Looking for the long presence. And they've got plenty of utility to work with. It's going to be kind of a rinse and repeat, except with a run boost, maybe. No, they kind of bail off of it. Okay. Interesting. Nice find from Deco, though. Very quickly indeed. Whittling down the numbers on this USP. Calling for the rotations. Flash comes in. It's a little mistimed. Leaves him kind of blind, but he's got backup from Travis. This is going to be so hard to get past. Great flash from Flamey. Results in 2, and now just Sobol, the only one left. Another pistol going the way of 1 win.
I believe 4 out of 4. I'm quite confident that is the case. So
3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. Wisła got 1 on Dust2. Nuke.
Did they? I don't think they did.
In the second half. I'm pretty sure in the second half.
I don't think they did.
All... okay.
Give me a second.
Maybe I am wrong.
I will
maybe
corroborate
I'm happy to be wrong. I'm happy to be wrong.
And the good news is you are wrong.
Yeah.
4 pistols and 4 free converted pistols so far. So I guess that's the streak we've got to keep an eye on here, because even early on, this is already a little bit troubling.
So there you are. You know, sometimes you gotta know which hills to die on and whatnot, and certainly questioning Alan on CS is maybe not relevant. Oh. Okay. Big kills across the map here. Glowing, gonna have to put in the work. Flash comes over the top.
Is the bomb dropped?
Oh, no, it hasn't.
I really thought it fallen off the catwalk.
Yeah,
there.
I thought it was on the way down, but no, not gonna be too hard to recover. Now, they're a bit unsure of where Fostar's at. That's the big one, and he could, if he commits, pull off the flank of the sentry. Now, they're really given the range and just looking to use these weapons to their fullest potential. Down goes the scout. All going to be down to Sobol. Big tags. And he isolates Glowing, and now he's got an A1S.
I don't think there's any way expected second play along. Oh, that was really smart.
Yeah,
really smart.
Indeed. It's the basic kind of short-term play of, like, push up short, help my teammate, got to go for it, or slightly more thought out, maybe selfish, maybe risky on low HP if he does look your way, but definitely the higher percentage, like, individual play to go for.
Really clever. The problem is, Wisła are saying, we know that cache is absolutely awful. We're going to rebuy, we're going to boost this scout that's trying to stop any shenanigans. And shenanigans are still occurring. Flamey's the second player in low, and he's going to find 2, and those kills, my God, were they important, and he almost died.
Yeah, that could have been scary, and I mean massively important because Snatchy is so damn low here. Deco looking to push up behind this smoke. Oh, could have caught them isolated. He's caught actually jumping up onto the railing, and there's just too many targets. Maybe a silly one to give away that indeed could come back to bite them. In the same way the untraded double from Flamey comes through. A1S at range, though. Fostar was looking good. Goofy dealing with him. Travis now has to be incredibly careful. And he is. Patience pays off. Snatchy, the only one left, and Flamey will rip his head clean off. So another costly round, but surely Wisła have got to take an eco somewhere along the line of this.
They could buy again, you know. It's certainly on the cards. Sparrow's bought an AK. They're going to do it. It's unrelenting. And actually, 1 winner built up more money than I expected. So they're going to run the same round again. Is this... I just had the ultimate deja vu script. I thought I'd actually transcended into a parallel universe which was happening again.
Well, sometimes that's the way the CS goes, mate. You know, you watch so much of it, as I'm sure you do, especially. It can feel a bit weird. Some kind of CSGO nirvana, maybe CSGO hell, depends on your opinion, really.
Hell.
I think Dust2, yeah, the same
Definitely
round
hell.
over and over on Dust2 would probably be hell.
Like an episode of Russian Blood, but on Dust2.
Lots of kills coming in just a second. Goodness me. Fostar at range, going to beat out Sobol. I think he ran out of ammo. This is slightly all over the place. Vizsla taking a leaf out of the 1-win book. And actually, have found themselves with an isolated A bomb site, so that's certainly something. Deco following in their footsteps. Little does he realize. I think he will soon. Fostar, meanwhile, trying to do the same. MP9 at this range going to be awkward. Oh, nearly losing out the battle now. Spiro, the only one left. He's not out of the question. They're so low. They've upgraded their weaponry, but, you know, the trades need to be really, really on point here. Another quick move towards long. Spiro just does not know where to look. Long player for the distraction. However, this time he's ready. You know, last time out, they pulled off the gotcha play, but Deco has walked his way up, trying to find the angle. Spiro not really going wide enough, gets his timing, but Deco gets the shots, and there's the 11th for 1-win.
They're not out of the woods yet, because now they've actually got a bomb plant to buy behind. They should be, yeah, I think they're even on max loss bonus now, so they can buy again. They should buy again, and 1-win. How many more of these force buys can they endure? I guess this one's more of a full buy, but the scoreboard says this is a clean CT side so far, but it most certainly has not been. The individuals are bailing them out a lot at the moment.
Oh, Spiro, though, going to capitalize. Flamey gets a bit cheeky. He does actually land the ding.
What?
Deco through the smoke, though. Oh, my goodness. Clean spam glowing as well. Had been fast-catted, I believe, and gets round for one of his own. 4-on-3. 1-win, taking matters into their own hands once again.
Repositioning that AWP as well. Harder to read where he is playing. And passes stuff here on A. Sat back. Travis is jiggling. He's got some nades to play with in case anyone comes up along. And they're thinking about using some of these nades to clear out short a little bit better. Flash will come in soon. Boom. There it is. No one can say nothing short, bro. Care long. And indeed they are.
Slowly start to clear on the Vizsla side of things, but yeah, little do they know, maybe walking somewhat into a trap. Oh, it is Travis on the A1S, which at range, does it trump an AK? Difficult to tell. They're also going to flash him off quite nicely. He'll get the old classic sight smoke going that he can play around, however. Oh, such a difficult angle to beat. Spots Goofy just on the edge, and there comes Travis in for 2, glowing, backing him up. Clean stuff. Not a chance. Vizsla struggling, big style.
Yeah, finally a clean round as well. No bomb plant either, so a reinvestment is not on the cards, and I'm not surprised to see a pause coming in. The half buy is going to be the best case scenario here for Wisła. And 1-win after what has been a monumental brawl at the start of the CT side. It just feels like they stabilized a little bit here, doesn't it? And huge stuff from Travis there. That was really perfectly played around that smoke. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, really stuck.
Have you seen Russian Doll? Did you understand that reference?
Yes, yeah. I've seen the first series. I've not. The second one came out recently. Did it?
My dad's seen the second one, and I asked him about it because I don't understand how a second series could work.
Yeah.
But, and I might watch it in the end, but I've got a hunch it won't be nearly as good.
Yeah, and I don't know. Netflix, they make some interesting decisions with like the shows that they cancel and the ones they keep around, to be honest with you. So there you are. So, Space Force, did you see that?
No.
Yeah, well, you're in luck. I don't know how that ever got a second season. They've cancelled it now, like. Either way, rushing towards the B-bomb site, going just as you would expect. Not seen many of those this game, as it does feel like the B-bomb site at the moment really difficult.
Guys,
to
I've
get
got
into. Should have given him the bomb. You go B, I go A.
That would have been the move.
Unlucky. Hindsight is 2020.
For an update on the Mezzi Korean barbecue, he has said, I'm not in the area at the moment. We'll have to go sometime in the future. So, no Korean barbecue in the next few days. Rest in peace.
Unlucky. Have you been to it?
No, I've never been to. I've never done
There you go.
it.
He's holding you back, mate.
So I asked a few people if they wanted to come to Birmingham to have it. They said no. So I was like, I'm going to try Mezzy because I know he's near here.
Yeah.
He's also not around, so I have no friends in the area.
Well, it's a bit of a trek, but if you really want to go, I'll come with you.
It will literally cost you 4 times more to get on the train ticket than on the food.
Yeah.
Let's just do it at an event.
Indeed. Korean barbecue is pretty good, though. For anyone who has not tried it, would definitely recommend. It's kind of a cool experience, and the food's pretty good as well. So, yes. And it's also an esports classic, isn't it? Everyone goes to Korean barbecue at an esports event at some point. You know, it's got to be done.
Well, I guess it's a good one to be very social.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
As you eat, that sort of thing. So it works well when you've got a, especially with the talent groups, I guess, or maybe even a team could do it together. Yeah. Ideas for the future, and the idea in this round for 1 win is to play a retake. They're giving it up.
Deco's sticking around and has to be dealt with properly.
Oh, Glowing's boosted as well, so I really hope Wisła do not double back for a B split.
Yeah. But he's also at the same time going to get the info, right? They're starting to push in towards tunnel, so they're going to be pretty prepared for this, and a quick flank is on the cards. Trickle smokes. So close. It did. Yeah, it was pretty close. That also pretty close. He's getting robbed ever so slightly on these opportunities. And the flashes weren't really there. They put a lot of confidence into the trickle and into, you know, not an overface coming in, blowing. Oh, perfect timing. Flash comes in, and that's enough to draw Goofy away. Magic, absolute magic.
Oh,
Flamey and Fostar out towards short. It is indeed. Sobol, good for one. Surely gets traded. No, not going to be the case, but he's now the only one left, and he just doesn't have the info from the site players, right? Because it's all happening so fast. Yeah, close-ish, but still stringing them together, not dropping a single round on this.
Again, I will say it, with the pistol rounds, this is same as Nuke. Different match, but Wisła, they're starting from a deficit, and unfortunately, especially in the second half, their gun rounds have not been enough to bail them out. The first half, they really fought hard to pull that one back, but needless to say, they are running out of chances here, and this T-side, outside of those first few forces, has been falling extremely flat. They need to rethink this one a little bit.
Does kind of go to show, I think 1win, you know, tightened their game up last time out. Really only had themselves to blame. I think Wisła did play a good game. It was very close, though, and 1win just dropped so many, like, 5-on-3s, 5-on-2 at one point.
Oh, they look so
some
much more
2-on-4s.
disciplined, don't they?
And I think it has woken them up ever so slightly. And Nuke, you know, bit faster, bit more random, and just playing the individuals. If that goes well, great. But the Dust2 is definitely where they've put a lot of their weight for this series, as you would expect. It just felt like last time they didn't really. I think they felt like the hard work was done after they won Ancient, and now they have clearly learnt their lesson, and it is paying dividends, as they say.
I don't think a team has ever been more sandwiched than Wisła is right now. Look at this. Bowstars behind long doors. They've already established from Flamey there is no lurker. They know that all 5 players are here. So 1win, all the cards are in your hand. You know exactly what's coming, and now you've just got to pull it off.
Fostar strikes at the perfect time, catches them distracted, splits them up here as well. Goofy with a nice double entry coming in. Flamey getting traded out by Deco. And now just Snatchy on that backside, who, you know, kind of needed to go back, protect the bomb.
He hasn't got time. No? It's close.
There's no way. Ooh, I mean, maybe being slowed down. Yeah, he realizes there's no time to try and go for the kill. Deco has got that reading. I think, actually, if he'd been allowed
it would have been really
to
close.
sprint it, it could have been pretty close. He actually goes down after time as well, so only $300 going into what could be the final round of the series and of their Challenger League Season 41.
Yeah, a little bit of a bizarre. It would have been so close. Certainly close enough that it wasn't worth the risk. But But I guess in the moment, in the tension, under the pressure of almost being on series point, up against series point, it's a little bit too much to ask for. Is Travis just about going to fall away? Wisła have got long every time they've wanted it. It's just this next stage that's been so difficult, and without really limited utility, that's only going to make it harder.
Just a bit of a full send A, really. Hope for the best. Now,
One win's not biting. They think it's a fake. Look.
I know, I was going to say, there is only one player here. But with Sparrow going down, maybe that info comes in. Travis! Or if he'd held, I think he might have found all three of them, to be honest. Not going to be the case. Still, a two-man advantage with all this utility, with all this ability right now, surely has to be enough. Not even onto the site just yet as well. Tag through the smoke. Travis on high, drops off, and finds the final two. Beautiful stuff.